Let's see, am I live? It's thinking. It doesn't know yet if I'm live. Okay, I might be live. I'm still pretty new at this kind of thing, so let's see. Everything's set up. Make sure everything's working. I think it's working. Okay, let's see. So I think my stream is working. I'm pretty new at streaming. I don't actually know if everything's going well. Is anyone there? Like, go ahead and type something. Tell me, like, can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm so new at this. I've done this like one time. Let's see. I have to figure out how to get like my... How do I see a chat? That's what I'm going to find out. Really quickly, I'm just going to go to youtube.com. My mechanical keyboard is super loud. So if you hear me typing, it'll probably be ear-piercing. Okay, let's see. Open up a chat. Wait! Oh, there we go! Okay, I just had to open up my chat somewhere else because like in the live dashboard, it wasn't showing anything. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here. Holy cow, I had no idea. I thought there were 0 people in the chat. Like that's what it said on the dashboard. In the back, hi everybody. Hello, it's good to see you. Let me just, I'm setting up my monitor real fast so I can see the chat. Let me just pop it out. Pop out chat. So, holy cow, 92 people. That's amazing. You guys are amazing. Hello. Okay, so I'm doing my daily video challenge, a February daily video challenge this month, and I was working so hard last night, and my render kept failing. Like, because of my wrists, I've been doing everything on my phone and editing on my phone, and I was trying to render off my phone, and it just wasn't working. And I was up until 2 in the morning trying to get this thing on my phone working, and finally I was just like pulling my hair out, and I was like, oh, I quit. So I'm just probably going to do a live stream tomorrow to give me some time to troubleshoot. 103 people, 108 people. Hi guys. Oh my gosh, this is so neat. Konnichiwa. That's so cool. Dee. Oh, mountain lion, remember? Yeah. The whole mountain lion thing was really freaky. I'm still really startled, and every time I have to let my chihuahua out to go potty, I'm like looking everywhere, looking over here and I'm peering around the corner, and I'm just freaked out because I'm assuming that a mountain lion is just going to come take my little Phoebe or me. Hi guys. So I had this live stream scheduled for a little bit earlier, and I was having technical issues, and then I deleted it because my toddler had a little potty accident I had to go take care of. So I kind of figured that out. Hey V-Stag, how's it going? There's so many people here. Friday Fish Facts, hello. He does a fun live stream. Hi. Jackson K, how's baby the gecko? Fantastic. I'm pretty sure it's a female. It's right back here behind me. Doing great. Eating. After I took her to the vet, she's just eating all kinds of bugs and growing. So I'm pretty happy about that. And then I can't read Korean at all, but I can read Konnichiwa. Aquapete. Walk Phoebe with a shovel, ready to whack the mountain lion. Yeah, that's a good idea. The Pet Club Aquatics says, on the road to 100 subs. Yeah, good job. Just keep being consistent and making entertaining videos and people will come. Hi from Poland. Hi from Ireland. Okay, Speedy says, what's the minimum tank size for a betta? So the answer I always give, I don't like to give an answer that's like, oh, it has to be this amount minimum. I don't like doing that because different people have different styles. Some people, they don't mind changing the water every 2 days and they can get away with a smaller tank. Some people, they don't want to put a ton of maintenance into their fish tank. They only want to change the water once a week. So if you want to do that, or maybe even less, do like a 10-gallon, do something big. So that's my answer. Hi guys, love your vids. How am I doing since the mountain lion incident? I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I'm just paranoid. Pranav says, Betterack heart. Thank you. I love my Betterack too. Little Flower Girl says, how do I make my Betta's tail grow back? Well, depending on just how nipped it is, it might never grow back. Like if it's a long fin, if it's a half moon, and it just tore its tail to shreds, it might never really come back the way it was. So I'd recommend just clean water and monitor and cross your fingers and hope that it comes back at least a little bit. Hi, everybody. Ginny says, how do I lower my nitrates? Water changes or plants, maybe some pothos sticking in there to suck up the nitrates. Hi from Canada. Oh my goodness. I'm getting a little lost in the chat. Flame the Crested Gecko says, how do I convince my parents to let me get a Western hognose snake? Be really good? Bribe? Get good grades? I don't know. Big City Bettas, hello, you're live streaming? Yeah, it's just kind of a spontaneous live stream. Just for fun, right? Because my kiddo's napping. I thought, why not? Oh, I just got a super chat from Brett. $20. My goodness, thank you, Brett. That's much appreciated. I think that's like the third super chat I've ever gotten in my life. So that's neat. Thank you. Jane Shell. Pepper spray for Mountain Lion. Yeah, I need pepper spray. Oh, wait a second. Speedy gave me $1.99. Look, that's the fourth super chat I've ever gotten in my life. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Lino, do you have any bettas for sale? Not right now. I have fish that I have that are going to be for sale, but they're not on my website yet because mostly it's really cold outside where I am and I'm just not comfortable shipping yet, but hopefully soon. Bettas, please, 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 please. Hi from Denmark, says Thea, what happened to your hands? Oh, it was an overuse injury. I got really bad tendinitis, like all throughout my hands and my knuckles and my arms from just a few days of overusing and being stupid and ignoring the warning signs and just like working through the soreness. And then boom, the next day I was like handicapped. And it's been a month. I'm about 75% back, but I have to be really careful. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll try to keep up with chat. Korean name says, please answer this. I need help. How many pellets should I feed my betta? I would say try a couple. Try a couple pellets. What I like to do is I like to soak pellets before I feed them. And the reason is because if you feed a bunch of dry pellets and the fish eats all of it and it goes down to their stomach, it can swell up and cause potential problems. So if you're feeding like a soaked pellet, I would say just feed until their tummy looks kind of full. I like that. I like that advice. Feed until they look a little bit full down below, and then I stop. Little Wing says, what's in the vivarium behind you? Hi from the UK. Hi from the USA. Behind me is a crested gecko. Behind there is a little crested gecko named Baby. And she's the best. I love my Cresty, and I love geckos. I'm really enjoying geckos so much. Ginny Penguin, do angelfish get along with bettas? I would not say they'd make a very good pair. Angelfish are pretty nippy, especially if you have a long-finned betta. That might be a recipe for disaster. Misa, hi from Maryland. Hi. Adam Rogers says, hi from Slovakia. Glad you're safe from the mountain lion. Yeah, it's really freaky. I'm a vet student, but that'd be terrifying even for me. It's scary. It's scary. Sarah says, I'm planning on breeding bettas. Any tips? Oh my god, I have so many tips, but that would take like videos and videos and videos. I need to make a series. I've been saying that for so long, like, I have to make a series. The area behind you says, Big City Bettas, that area behind you looks like an open space for new projects. Wink, wink. Hi from Germany. Hi from Australia. Hi, everybody. This is neat. Sia Ran says, how do you keep motivated in the fish hobby? I have 2 tanks now and I'm thinking of getting rid of that one. It's so stressful for water changes. How do you do it? It's just something that I enjoy. It's a hobby that I really enjoy. So taking care of all my tanks, like I don't mind it. But for some people it might be a lot of work, but for me it's something that I enjoy. So maybe it's a little bit different. If they're stressing you out, get rid of one. Let's see. Hank. Western hognoses are illegal in the Netherlands. Really? Let's see. Hello from Sweden. Sharon says, will you sell blackworm cultures? I don't know. It depends on if I can get my cultures going. Nat's monster fish. How many bettas can I put in my 1,000-gallon? Only one. Just one fish. Let's see. Ooh, I just got another super chat from Sandy Pelto. $20. My God. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is the 5th super chat now I've ever gotten ever. So thanks so much. You guys are the best. Oh my gosh. I'm being spoiled rotten. And if I'm missing any questions, feel free to type them again. Because there's it's going by pretty fast. I get easily distracted. I kind of have to jump down every now and then. Misa Vlogs. Hi, please answer this. I feed my Bettas bloodworms. What else should I feed? Probably a high-quality pellet like Omega-1 or bug bites or just something. Holly wood clips. Where did I get the jar from my last video? Are they square? My square jars? If they're the big square jars, like a gallon size, I got them from a website called CCW Plastics or Priority Plastics. Oh my gosh, my voice is already starting to go. Uh-oh, I'm not used to talking like this. Talking a lot, I'm pretty quiet. I'm a quiet person, so my voice is already starting to feel kind of scratchy. Uh-oh. Oh, Alan J. My Bettis spawned today. The male didn't even have a bubble nest. He got tore up more than she did. Have you ever had this happen? I've never really had a male who didn't make a bubble nest. So I can't help you too much there. Some don't. Some make tiny little nests. Some make huge nests. Let's see. Can you heat plecos with bettas? Probably. I've never tried it. I don't really know. Oh my gosh. So many people. Love you guys. I'm going to have to jump down in chat a little bit just because I'm stuck up way up high. I'm going to jump down, so if I've missed your questions, go ahead and please ask me more. All right, I jumped down. Fishy Explorers, I hate changing water. How do I get a self-cleaning aquarium? Well, if you really hate it, plants, do lots of plants, maybe pothos sticking out of there. They're going to suck up a lot of the nitrates. That might be a good option. You're probably going to have to change water every now and then, but maybe not all the time. What are good tank mates for female bettas, says Team Marine. Bunch of stuff. Let's see, if you have a couple female bettas or getting along, you could try some quick little fish, some dither fish they're called. Maybe guppies, as long as they don't have the big old male fins and they're getting torn up. I just experiment. Snails. Oh, where was I? I just missed. There we go. Little Wings. Hi, from the UK. What's in the vivarium behind me? A Crested Gecko. And she's fantastic. I think it's a female. Ooh. Alan J. How's the Crested Gecko doing? I breed them. I have 6 eggs right now, or 2 are due any day. That's so cool. So Crested Gecko's doing great. For a while, she wasn't eating, and that was concerning, so I brought her to the vet. I got her dewormed, and since then, she's been eating like a champ and getting nice and big, and she's doing great. Let's see. Megan Hammond says, do you know how to get my Betta's color back after a fungal infection? So I'm assuming you treated her. Is she still stressed out? If she looks way more pale than usual, maybe she's stressed out? Gosh, I'm not sure. Inari White, can we probably, I think he means, can we see the Bettas? Not right now because I'm at my desktop computer with a webcam, so I can't move around right now. Let's see. Luke Maynard, do you recommend an Inaccuracy plant for a Betta tank? Sure. Yeah, Inaccuracy is great. What's my favorite Betta tail type? It is, it changes all the time. Sometimes I'm in love with the short-finned fish like the half-moon placots. Other times I'm just in love with the big flowy half-moons. It really depends. If it's a half-moon, my favorite kind is a half-moon with pretty compact finnage and strong rays. So not too big. All right, cuddles with cavies. Oh, guinea pigs. Cavies are guinea pigs, right? I'm using fluval stratum in my planted tank, but struggling to keep it clean. Any tips? Are you siphoning like with a python hose? You can kind of go above the substrate and stir up the mulm, and hopefully it'll come in. I use a little pump, and sometimes I stick the pump down in there, a little power head, and I kind of stir up the bottom of the tank, and I get all that debris in the water, and then I water change, or then I run a filter, and it just cleans up all the debris. Parav says, is there a way to prevent hard water stains rather than cleaning them? You can try to prevent evaporation. Do you have a lid? Like that could help. Whoops, I just lost. There's so many. My chat just jumped down again, so I probably lost tons of questions, but I'm going as fast as I can. Lisa says, what do you feed your Cresty? I do. Right now, she's only eating insects for me, so I do gut-loaded insects with a vitamin dusting on them. And, I'm still offering her little Crested Gecko diet, which is, I have Pangea, I have other brands and other flavors. I'm mixing yummy things into them, and she's just not super interested. So I'm feeding bugs right now. I'm jumped down. Sorry if I've missed your questions, guys. I'm not doing it on purpose. Ginny says, I want to buy some plants from your website. Cool. Hopefully I'll have more up there soon. Alan J, is this going to be a daily video? Yes, this is going to be a daily video. And the reason is because last night I was having the worst technical issues pulling my hair out, and I just decided I'm going to delay that video one day to give me some time to troubleshoot, and I'm going to do a live stream today as my video. Yes, my website is called simplybetta.com. It's pretty easy to find. Rachel says, I have my male Betta in a 2-gallon plastic tank. What would you suggest for a filter? Probably a sponge filter or a super, super, super tiny hang-on back filter that's adjustable. There's a brand called Azoo, which is A-Z-O-O, and they make a tiny little palm filter, which I really like. Something very gentle. All right. Where am I? Halima Talib, what do you think about crossbreeding bettas? Now, what do you mean by crossbreeding? Because, let's see, there's crossbreeding the different tail types, so domestic bettas are all one species, Betta splendens. So you can cross tail types. You can take a veil tail and cross to a half moon, or you could take a half moon and cross it to a short fin, half moon plakat. And the only thing that's going to happen is the finnage is going to change depending on what you cross it to. Let's say you have a half moon Betta and, you have a line, you're not enjoying how, maybe their rays are too weak and thin. Maybe you'd want to cross it to a crown tail with nice thick rays. The first generation, you might not like the finish because it's going to be part crown tail. The second generation, maybe you're going to be getting those nice strong rays again. So it really depends on what your goals are. Adam Rogers, my 2 female Bettas regularly release lots of eggs. Is this harmful for their long-term health? That might be a sign that you're feeding a little bit too much. You could try cutting back on the feeding. If they're super eggy and they're just losing all of their eggs and exploding, essentially, because they can't hold them in anymore, maybe try feeding less. I've heard that, I haven't had a problem with it, but I've heard that super, super eggy, females can become more egg-bound, potentially. I think I've only seen an egg-bound female one time ever. So I don't feel like I'm an expert on that topic. Mary W. says, how are your grindleworms doing? And do you think you'll be able to sell some starters soon? Oh, they're doing really well. I'm almost ready to take all, my worms and separate them into multiple containers, in which case it'll be weeks. Losing my voice. I need to take a little sip of water. All right. Let's see. Hi from Korea. Me and my Korean friends love you very, very, very much. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't know anybody from Korea watches me. Tech Turtle says, at Big City Bettas, I was at Petco. They had a huge Betta, bigger than one I usually see. It was probably a king. You should probably market it as a king Betta if it was at Petco. Debbie's Delight, my male seems to be building a nest. No plans on mating him. Is this normal? Yeah. Yeah, males can just build nests for no reason. Let's see. Oh, no, I think I just jumped down again. Oh, Lisa says, what bugs do you feed your Cresty? And self-cultured, I feed dubia roaches and mealworms, and that's about it for now. And yeah, I have cultures of each. Let's see, oh, Megan Hammond, I did treat my Betta. How do I help with the stress? Just nice, warm water, proper temperature, and just let her rest for a while. That's what I would do. My Betta, Sierra Run, my Betta is in a 5-gallon by itself. Can I add more fish or leave it as it is? You know, I might just leave it. They can get kind of aggressive and nasty, especially if they're in a littler tank. If you really, really, really wanted to add more fish, I'd do little fish that were really, really quick, that aren't nippy like tetras. Mrs. Coates says, how do you transfer pothos from dirt into water? What I'd recommend is not transferring like an established rooted plant, you know, taking it out of the soil and cleaning up and putting it straight in water. I'd recommend taking a vine off of your plant. A vine with a few leaves on it and a few little root nodules, and then sticking it in the water, and then it should be growing roots and becoming water rooted. And I think you'll have more success that way. Let's see. Melissa, please see my comment. Or you're going to have to comment again, because I don't think I can find it again. Alan J, have you tried bee pollen or honey for the Crested Gecko? Yes, I've tried honey, and I've tried bananas, and I've tried all kinds of goodies in there, and she's just not interested anymore. But whatever, if she's eating, like, I'm happy with that, because she went through such a long period of not eating anything. I'm happy to have her just eat bugs for a while and gain weight. But I'll keep trying. Sophia, my Bettas won't breed. I've done lots of research. My male won't build a bubble nest, and my female's very aggressive. I would say maybe they're not ready. Have you like conditioned them? So feed them a lot. Make sure they're happy for weeks, and then put them together. If the female is being super, super aggressive, you could try. Are you letting them flare at each other? Does she have the vertical stripes on her? The breeding stripes? If you've done a lot of research on this kind of stuff, maybe they're not a good pair. Maybe you need a more aggressive male if the female is too aggressive, or a less aggressive female to give to your male. There's so many things I could talk about there, but if you've done a lot of research, you probably might know. Just make sure they're conditioned and maybe try again. All right. Yes, it's easier to take cuttings off of a pothos plant and try to water root it than to take a soil rooted plant and try to make it water rooted when it comes to pothos. Okay, I'm in chat, paying attention to chat. Tech Turtle, are king bettas a healthy line? Are they prone to sickness? They're just regular short-finned bettas, but they're big. They're bigger than usual. Like, they're not true giants. True giants have a certain size, not including the tail that they have to hit. King bettas usually aren't that big, but they're marketed as king because they're bigger. They're like fighters, kind of like fighter placots, but big. Alexandra, within the first week of getting my Betta, he built a bubble nest. Then he stopped and hasn't built one since. Have you tried letting him flare at a female and getting all breedy? Simply Erica, are male Bettas the only ones who build nests? Yeah, I've never seen a female build like an actual nest. Maybe it's happened. I've just never seen it in my fish room. It's 80. Do you have an update on your grandma's tank? It's doing great. I even sent her more plants to put in and some snails. So grandma's tank is doing fantastic, and her fish is great. L Flower Stars. Do Bettas get lonely? I personally don't think so. I don't think that if you have a solo fish, it's going to feel sad or get lonely. Just like if you have a solo Crested Gecko, that it's going to feel sad or get lonely. They're not social animals. So I would say no, personally. Owen Shoot. Hey, one of my betta fish is growing a lump on its side. It looks like scales. Growing over scales. Is this a disease? It sounds like a tumor to me. It does sound like a tumor, but it's hard to say without seeing photos. Let's see. Halima Talib, how do you increase the growth of nipped fins? They should grow back pretty fast. If fins are nipped and you see like a white coloration on the edge of the fins, that's it growing back. Just make sure their water's nice and warm and clean, and they should grow back pretty rapidly. Okay, Nicholas says, I have a really chill betta in my planted 20-gallon tank with 10 neon tetras, and they get along great. Good! Mike Honcho, where can I buy bettas online? Let's see, you can find them on eBay. You can find people who breed them on Facebook. I have a website where I sell fish, but I don't have any for sale right now. So does like Creative Pet Keeping and some other people, but I don't think any are available right now. Just do a quick Google search. Let's see. Susie Valdez, can you grow plants with just sand? Yes, you can, depending, is it a root feeder or a water column feeder? Water column feeders, like stem plants, they're going to get their nutrients from the water. So if you have a fertilizer and it's in sand, like, it should be just fine. But if it's a heavy root feeder and you stick it in sand, it's possible it might not do so well. All right, I've got a Dumbo Betta with one big fin and one little fin. Do you think he's deformed? Really? Let's see. Are you talking about the caudal fin, which is the rear fin? Is it a double tail? Because if it's a double tail, the rear fin will look kind of like a heart, or kind of, split in the middle. And it might just be that, if that's the fin you're talking about. Leslie Reynolds, what water temperature do you keep your bettas at? I like high 70s to low 80s is where I usually keep mine. Hello from Kansas. Hi, Simply. Hey, guys. Hal Baska. Hi, Taylor. So my betta keeps floating or floating on his side. Any help? He can't swim down without floating back up. Is this a recent thing? It might just be a swim bladder issue, like he might be constipated. Try not feeding him for a few days, like that's what I do. Like your fish isn't going to go hungry just by not feeding him for a few days. If that helps, maybe if you feed him pellets, maybe try soaking the pellets before you feed to prevent bloat. Just go from there, and you can always leave comments in my videos with updates, like asking me how he's doing and if that helps. Okay, hi from Maryland. Hi, Priam. Let's see. I just lost my place. I'm gonna have to go down to the bottom. Sorry. You should make Candy Overhauls a mod, isn't she? Are you here, Candy? Oh, I thought she was a mod here. Of course, Candy's always a mod, so she's my mod too, if she wants to be. Susan for SLC Aquatics. Hi, Susan. Says, I bought a betta labeled female, but it is a he. Does this happen often? Yeah, it does. If you got just a little fish, maybe it just wasn't mature enough to be able to label it correctly. And little known fact, female bettas, an obvious female, can turn male. Just spontaneously. It happens. I don't know if the mechanism is really understood. Like there are research papers about it, but females can turn male. Let's see. Priam says, hi. Hi. James Eisenberg, what tail types do you recommend not to cross? It just depends on your goals. I'd say crossing a veil tail to something like a half moon. Veil tail is like a really dominant tail, so then it's all your fish are going to be veil tails afterwards. So that's something to think about. I don't know. I don't say not to cross anything because it really depends on what you're looking for and your goals. I should make a video about it because I could, like a really well-researched video about like, oh, what's going to happen if you cross this type to this type or this type to that type. That'd be a good topic. Justin Paulson, there's a mountain lion behind you. There's so many questions. Again, sorry if I'm missing people. I'm not doing it on purpose. Kendra Douglas, what am I supposed to do to keep my fish from getting stuck in the pump? 1, have a more gentle pump. Have a sponge filter. You can actually get a little sponge with a hole in it that you can stick on your pump. Like, are you talking about like a hang-on back filter? Because you can stick a sponge on there and it'll be a lot more gentle. That might be a good idea. Where am I? I lost myself again. Bob White, has your hubby ever flared or built you a bubble nest? That's why I married him. There, Candy's Mod. Little Wings, do you make your own decorations? And if so, how? I do! Shoot, I don't want to talk about it yet. I don't want to talk about making your own aquatic decorations. And the reason is not because I'm hoarding the info. It's because when I did it for the Hobbit tank that I had a few videos ago, if you haven't seen my Hobbit tank, go check it out because it's so cool. I had a few of my decorations fail. And I don't know if that's because I did it wrong or if the materials I used were wrong, but I need to do more experimentation because the last thing I want to do is give information that is wrong and then have somebody spend like 10 hours making their own amazing decoration and just have it fail and be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Oops. Why does it keep jumping down? My chat keeps jumping down. Sorry. Sorry if I've missed you. Trying to find where I was, but I think I'm missing it. Lino, where do black bettas come from? Breeders. Black bettas are out there. They're Milanos, they're super blacks, and they can be really cool, or black orchids, and you just gotta find one. Alice says, hi from Norway. Hello. Let's see. The Cosmic, AOA. Is the effluval speck a good tank for a betta, some ghost shrimp, and a snail? Yeah. What's a good snail species? Oh, I like ram's horns. Ram's horns are cool. They come in pink and blue. I have a bunch right now. I'm trying to get like a colony going. Mystery snails are super cool. Remember, you have to feed those guys, or otherwise they might starve. They need more food than a regular snail. Just depends on what your favorite snail is. I just don't like pond snails. Not a fan of pond snails. Sophia Whitman. My heater died a few days ago in both tanks. Ugh. DIY heater ideas? I do not have any DIY heater ideas. Besides, do you have a really warm place in your house you can put your little tanks? Nope, no DIY heater ideas. Let's see. Where am I? Okay, Nitroblade Gaming says, I have 2 bettas in a 10-gallon divided tank, and one of my betta's fins has become a little torn. Is that normal? Look at his fin. Do you see black edging on it? That could be a sign of fin rot, especially if it's getting worse and worse and worse. If he's a long fin, maybe he nipped himself, which is, pretty common. Maybe he got it caught on a decoration. Is that possible? Or on a pump? Or on the divider? Not sure. Sarah Geyser, where do I get my bettas? I get them. I imported a bunch of pairs. I breed them on my own. I get them from friends all over the place. Cuddles with Cavies. When did you first start keeping betta fish? How did you get into it? So I was into the idea of it way before I actually got into them officially. I wasn't able to have fish for a long time because I was like hopping from apartment to apartment, working all the time. I was pretty nomadic, so I never had fish. But I would read about them, and I'd read about their genetic traits, and I'd read about just how they worked, and I was super into it. And then finally I got to the point where I could have them all on my own. And I did, and I just jumped right into it. Anouk, what is your biggest spawn, and from what kind of fish? Ooh, biggest spawn. Probably a few hundred. And it was when I crossed a royal blue half-moon placotte to a long fin, or a half-moon white. Pretty sure it was a platinum white. Maybe it was an opaque white. It was a while ago. Crossed them, got some really cool baby blue fish that did really well at my local fish store, and I had a ton of them. In fact, I just got rid of my very last one from that spawn, a beautiful little female baby blue half-moon. Went to my neighbor and her little girl, and they send me pictures all the time. They love their little fish. They named it Wanda. All right. Brett says, so much power. Must have missed something. I'm lost. I'm kind of scrolling, trying to figure out where I was. Alvaro Maluda. Will you be at any events this year? Yes, I'm going to be at Aquashella in Dallas at the end of March, and I'm so stoked. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, and that's all I have planned for this year. Ginny Penguin, will you sell Anubias Nana Petite or where to find the plant? You can look at Petco, you can look at online retailers. Like I know flipaquatics.com has Anubias Nana Petite. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Flipaquatics. Like you can find it here and there. I have a bunch, but I'm not going to sell it yet because I don't really have enough to sell it. Tiffany DeMont, what's the best Betta tank size? Whatever size you're willing to clean. If you want a little 2-gallon, that's fine. You might have to water change it a little more frequently than you would have to do a 10-gallon. That's my usual answer. I don't like giving a set answer because it changes depending on people and what they're willing to do, and if they want to put effort into their tank by having a little tank that's, perfectly beautifully scaped with plants and wonderful for a fish, but it's only 1.5 gallons. I'm not going to judge that person because they're probably taking care of it and water changing it all the time like they have to. There's someone has a 10-gallon tank for one fish. That's great. They're going to have to put a lot less work into it, and that's great too. How old is your oldest Betta? My oldest Betta, I think about 1.5. Yeah, about 1.5. Betta lifespans, they vary. It varies depending on who you talk to, but I think 2 years is a good average lifespan for a healthy fish. There's a lot of factors, like what is its water temperature, how much do you feed, how's it taken care of. You can get 2-3 years. Sometimes you hear of somebody who's like, oh, I had a fish for 6 years, and that's definitely not common at all. Candy overhauls. I got the Aru 2s. Ooh, that's cool. That means she got some little Pseudomcgill, little tiny rainbow fish. I used to have the Gertrude's blue eyes, and I bred them for a while, and they were really, really neat, and I don't have them anymore. Due to a tragic canister filter accident, I no longer have my little rainbow fish. KG Cichlids, hi! This is simply a stream. Where am I? Just jumped down again. I saw something about Punnett squares. Tiffany DeMont, how do I help my baby Bettas grow faster? Lots of food, high temperature, like mid-80s, upper 80s, lots of water changes. Little Wings, what's the prettiest Betta you've ever seen or produced? Not impressed with you hogging all the decorations info. Just let me experiment for a bit and I'll get back to you on that. Prettiest Betta. I think the prettiest one I've ever seen is probably a mutation called, I've heard it called Armageddon or Nemo or Candy. It's where you see red and yellow on the same fish. And before this mutation happened, seeing red and yellow on a fish wasn't possible. It was either red or yellow. But now it's like red and yellow. And I'm actually getting some in my next import order coming up in the middle of this month. So happy. Sierran, is shipping Bettas always a success in your opinion? I've never had a failure when it comes to shipping. But I'm really, really careful about shipping. So it's not always a success. I mean, you can fail at it. You can have fish die. But I've never had it done. Humble brag. Actually, that wasn't even humble. What makes, Alan J., what makes a black orchid Betta an orchid? Never understood the strain. So from what I understand it, black orchids are black fish, but they have this blue iridescent pattern on the tail. So there's blue on the tail. So it's black and blue on the tail. And probably blue on the fins. That's what I understand it as. Uriel Hernandez. What's a good website to buy driftwood or rocks? Good question. Like, there are retailers who sell driftwood and rocks. I wish anyone around me sold it. I'd have a ton. I'm totally out of driftwood and rocks. You can get it from retailers. I know Flip Aquatics, who I'm partnered with. They have plants and driftwood and rocks, and you can get little kits. Alvaro, Alan J., a true black orchid fish is a crown tail. Like only crown tail? Alright. Maybe that's the case. Let's see. Smurftacular. What's your end game Betta that you want to breed? That's a tough one. I'd like to start working on whites, like an opaque white. I really like blue and white marbles. I really like giants. I've tried breeding giants a couple times and I haven't really had success. So maybe that's the end game. I also really like my macrostoma, which are pretty difficult to breed. Well, maybe not difficult to have spawn, but then the male has to keep his mouth full of eggs and come to term with them for like 30 days, and my male keeps swallowing his eggs. So I really want to get some more spawns out of that guy, but I don't know. Lucas Carver, are you interested in keeping more wild species of bettas? I think so in the future, maybe some mouth brooding fish that can be kind of kept in a little community. Yeah. I have a couple species right now. I have Smaragdina guitar and Mahachai. But I'd really like a more community type fish where they didn't have to separate all the males out, because that's a lot of water changes. Let's see. Nathan O'Donnell, are you the next king of DIY? Can I be the next king of DIY? Those are big shoes to step into. But I like doing DIY stuff, and I like doing like constructions. I'd like to be the next king of DIY for like handmade aquarium decorations. That's going to be me. In fact, I would have gotten into it by now, but as you probably know, because I've been complaining about it all the time, I've hurt my hands, I hurt my wrists, and it's been about a month now. I've had to just basically do nothing all day long, but once my wrists are healed and I have my hand strength back, I'm going to get back to my decorations and making videos about it. Jim Meeker, hi Jim, says, what kind of betta lines are you working on? I have half moons. I'm working on a koi line of half moons. I have short fin half moons. I'm going to be working on Nemo or Armageddon or Candy fish. I'm trying to get a stable line of spade tails going, but it's slow. I like gold. See, I like so much. I'm slowly whittling down the fish that I'm working on and experimenting with fish and finding out what I don't have the passion for and what I do have the passion for, and it's a process. I'd like to just focus on like 2 strains, but for the life of me, I can't decide what those 2 strains are going to be yet. Susan Steele, I just returned from evacuation due to fires in Tasmania. Jeez. Am I so far back still? I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff. Eric Moreno, why don't you get different fish? I am getting some different fish. I have an import order coming in soon. And at the end of this month, maybe early next month, I have species of fish coming that I've never kept before. And I've never seen anyone else keep before. Yeah, the broad family, yes, but this particular strain, I have never seen anyone in the U.S. keep. And that's all I'm teasing about. It's going to be beautiful and hopefully amazing. Stephanie Murphy, what does your hubby think of your fish? He likes my fish. I have a lot. He thinks I have a lot of fish, but he puts up with me. Let's see. Alan J says, bye. Bye. It was nice talking to you. Now, guys, I'll probably be on for like another 15 minutes or so. So keep up the questions. This is a lot of fun. Did I miss a super chat? Did I miss a super chat? I might have. Let's see. How do I find out? I'm not going to let myself miss a super chat. That's just rude. Oh, no. Candy! Are you there? I feel like I missed a super chat, and if I did, I'm so sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. I'll find out who you were. I'm going to find out who you were. Because I think I missed one. I'm going to find you. Thank you. Alright, where am I? I think I have to jump down again. I'm really far behind. Very far behind. Oh, Candy says, yes, I missed a super chat. I'm behind in my chat. Owen Shoot gave me $1.99. Thank you, Owen. I appreciate it. Sorry I missed you. I was just so far behind in chat. Oops, I'm not good at this. This is only like the second super chat. I mean, the second live stream I've ever done on my own, and it's hard to keep track of stuff. So, he asks, how do you get rid of a tumor on a betta? You can't. You can't do it. Not that I know of. Maybe if there's a vet out there who'd be willing to remove it surgically, but I don't think that you can actually get rid of a tumor. You just have to keep taking care of your fish. Hopefully that tumor is not going to be lethal for a while, but it might grow bigger and bigger and eventually become lethal. Like, there's really nothing you can do about it. And if anyone else has input on tumors or tumor removal, feel free to post. Like, that's the best information that I have. Sorry, Owen. Let's see. Susan says bye. Bye, Susan. Candy says, you're doing fine. Thank you. Ruben Rivera, where can I order a Galaxy Betta? I might have some coming up in my next import order. I got some extra fish, some very beautiful ones, specifically to keep, to quarantine, and to offer for sale on my website. I might be trying to raise some funds so I can go to the Aquashella convention at the end of March. So stay tuned. It's going to be really cool. Brett said, huh? Oh, did I miss a question? Question like 300 times. Oh no. Oh, okay. Sorry, I think I've missed someone's question. I missed Melissa call like a million billion times. Oops. Taylor, how do you treat velvet in Bettas? So velvet, the first thing I would do if I saw velvet on my fish is to treat with salt. I'm trying to think, when's the last time I've seen velvet? It's been a long time. I'm really lucky because I don't have to deal with health issues very often. The last one I've had to deal with is ick, and that was like a year ago. So for velvet, I'm trying to remember. The first thing, it's a fungal problem. So the first thing I would do is treat with salted, treated warm water. And then I'm trying to think. I'm such a loser right now because I'm losing track of all the diseases and treatments in my head. Shoot. Salted warm water to begin with. If I'm wrong, other experts out there, just let me know. Because I might be wrong. I forget things after a while and I have to consult, all my resources again to remember things. I'm so lucky I don't have to deal with a lot of health issues. I think it's because whenever I get new fish, I quarantine and I'm just really lucky. Maybe I'm just lucky. I've especially never had to deal with columnaris. That terrifies me because I don't know what I do. Luckily, I have a big support cloud of people like I could go ask. I just got a super chat. Black Sheep Model Works. $10. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That's like my 7th super chat ever. I appreciate it. Black Sheep Model Works. I'm getting ready to start keeping bettas. What items do I need to have on hand before I get the fish? Okay, well, obviously you need your tank. You need your heater because they're a tropical fish. A lot of people don't really realize that. You do need a heater. If, I highly suggest a filter, either a sponge filter because it's kind of gentle, or like a little tiny hang-on back filter. Like my favorite brand is the Azoo, A-Z-O-O, little palm filter. It's adjustable. It's really gentle. It even comes with a little sponge filter intake on it. And besides that, you need food. You need tap water conditioner if you're using tap water. I think those are pretty much the main items that you have to have. And then we can get into other things, like do you want to have medications on hand in case there's sicknesses? Probably not. If you live close to places where you can get those things, you probably don't need to have them on hand. But like for me, I live quite a ways away from medications, so I like to have them on hand. But I think that's it. I hope that helped. So thanks, Black Sheep. I appreciate that. Charlotte, I got a super red half moon betta. His name is Tyler, and I love him. That's a good name. Gregory Howard just gave me a super chat. Oh my god! Oh, sorry if that was loud. I just knocked my table. Gregory Howard just gave me $20 for my Dallas trip tip jar. Thanks so much. I really, really appreciate that because it's coming up soon, and my piggy bank, I'm stuffing little dollar bills in my piggy bank, trying to save up for that. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Gregory Howard, for the $20 super chat and the 8th one that I've ever gotten, ever. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. All right, let's try to catch up. I'm probably going to be on the stream for like another 5 minutes, maybe 10. That would make about an hour. I think an hour is a good amount of time because my voice is starting to crack. So quick, if I've missed your question, which I've missed lots of people's questions, please go ahead and ask them again. Ruben Rivera says, thank you. I'd like to purchase one from you. Thank you. I hope that works out one of these days. Lachey York, 2 fish in a divided 10-gallon sponge filter. 2 to 25% water changes a week, still having medium-high ammonia levels. Suggestions? Let's see, what do you do for water changes? Are you actually cleaning out their substrate? Maybe there's food trapped down there. Are you feeding a lot? Is it getting trapped in the gravel? That could be releasing a lot of ammonia. Like, try to think, are you overfeeding? Because that could be a high source of ammonia. Also, is your sponge filter mature? Is it seeded? Has it gone through the cycle? Because you probably already know this, but you have to let filters cycle to get all the proper bacteria, strains, to take care of all the ammonia and all of the waste products, essentially. So my first suggestion, just check out your gravel, just see if you're overfeeding. Try to look for what's causing the high ammonia levels. Clint Bandura. Oh, malachite green. Is that for the velvet issue that I was talking about? Malachite green. That's probably for the velvet issue I was talking about, huh? Let's see. What are good plants? Maddie King, what are good plants for my betta? Any plants! Any plants that are going to work well for your light system or for your light setup. Like, do you have a high light? Do you have a medium light? Think about that. A fish is going to appreciate any plant that you can give them. The question is the plant going to appreciate the environment that it's in? A gamer's wife, columnaris is the worst. I don't ever want to deal with it, ever. It scares me. In fact, I'm a little concerned, getting fish. Getting fish freaks me out, because what if they came in with something like columnaris? Katrina Michael, when will you start selling bettas again? When it warms up a little bit more. I have fish that I can put for sale, but it's so cold outside where I am. I don't want to ship out fish. I just think it's a little bit risky. I've never lost a fish from shipping, and I don't want it to happen. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness! I just got another super chat. Let's get you to 10 before the end of the stream. Was that 9? Ken? $1.99 is my super chat from Ken. Thank you so much. That might have been number 9. And I got another one from Trondolov Hugs. I don't know how to pronounce that, but Trondolov. Thank you so much. Hi from Norway. That's $50 in Norwegian currency. And okay. Thanks. I really appreciate it. I think that's number 10. I think that's 10 super chats in my life. Wow. You guys are so generous. Why? I don't get it. Seren DIY pity. Serendipity. I get it. Hi, Taylor. I'm from Germany and looking for a local breeder. Who's my favorite breeder from Germany? I can't think of a name of a single person from Germany. Nope, I can't do it. My favorite breeder from the general European area is going to be Joop Van Esch, and he's from Norway. Let's see. Where am I? Just lost myself again. Oh no, Joop Van Esch is not from Norway. Joop Van Esch is from the Netherlands. Got that wrong. Oh, and his website is bettaterritory.nl. You should go check it out. It's very good. What kind of plant do you recommend for a 30-gallon aquarium? Low to medium light, no CO2. Low to medium light and no CO2, I'd recommend Anubias, Java Fern, Wisteria might be a good one. What are some other low light ones that would do really well? Anubias and Java Fern are going to be some of the easiest ones that you could do in moss. Absolutely mosses. Let's see. Rosana Alvarado. I mean, no offense, but curious. I might have missed your question. Shoot. A gamer's wife. Add Simply Betta. Are you going to Dallas for sure? Yes, I am. I'm so stoked. I'm really annoying about it too. Ask my husband. Is all I talk about. Bear. Add Simply Betta. I recently got my first betta fish. He's been in a 10-gallon for about a week, but he's too weak to fight the filter. I would say get a new filter. Either a sponge filter, which, you know, you can get a little nozzle to go on the air hose, what's it called? You can get a little doodad that helps control the airflow, so you can have it very gentle. Also, there's a really cheap filter that I like to recommend, a little hang-on back one, it's an Azoo, A-Z-O-O, little palm filter. It's very small, very gentle. You can adjust the filter size. It even comes with a little, filter flow. You can eat it. Even comes with a little sponge that you can put on the intake. I'd highly recommend that. Because betta fish are from places with like no currents, very, very low currents. And especially if you have a long-finned fish, it's so much work to just carry those fins around that they can get really exhausted, absolutely, from strong filters. Lots of love from Norway. Where am I? Sorry, I lost myself. I'm trying not to miss anybody, but my chat is like bouncing down. Bear. My current one's a hang-on back. Just get like a smaller hang-on back, I think. And it just jumped down again. You better hit the like button, KG Cichlids. You are hilarious! Sorry if that was loud. I just shouted. Alright. I'm not trying to be boring right now. I'm trying to just figure out where I was. Ooh, Halima Talib, what do you think about breeding a blue veil-tail male and a white-body pink fin plakat female? Oh, you can do it. Let's see, if you breed those two together, most likely you're going to be getting veil-tail offspring. I think so. Veil-tail is a pretty dominant tail type. And breeding it to a short fin, which is, I think you're going to be getting veil-tails. Silverstream Bettis, hi. My water sprite grows really easily, but it also breaks easily. Yeah, they break pretty easy. Halima Talib, oh, I just answered your question. Guys, we're getting close to the end of the stream. I'm going to have to cut it off soon. I hear my little kid through the baby monitor. I don't think she's ever fallen asleep. And my voice needs a break. But I'm gonna do some more. I'm gonna do some more. Fox enthusiast. Weird iridescent spots in old age betta. Is that normal? It could be normal. Is its color changing? It could just have the marble trait, and their colors change. Sometimes they can get pale when they get old. I'm just not a little bit. Oh, did I shout really loud, Jim? Sorry. Sorry if I was loud when I yelled that. It's KG Cichlid's fault. It's his fault. Maverick Mass, does red cherry shrimp attack bettas? No. They are very peaceful little shrimp. Ghost shrimp, I think, are carnivorous, or they can be carnivorous. I don't know if they'd attack a fish, though. So, oh, Candy! Did I miss a super chat? Ah! I did! I'm so mad at this. Black Sheep Model Works just gave me $20? Another super chat? Oh my god. Well, I bought a case of the 1-gallon plastic jars with lids, Aqua Prime. Tomorrow I plan to go buy a 30-gallon Brute to keep as a water reservoir. Best heater for that reservoir. Also, how to use Indian almond leaves. Best heater for that reservoir. For a 30-gallon, I'm trying to think. 30-gallon, what wattage do you need for a 30-gallon water reservoir? I'm trying to think of the number. It's not going to be a 50 watt. I think maybe like a 100 watt heater. Does that sound right? 100 watt heater, depending on where you pick it up. Like if it's on eBay, you can get them pretty cheap. If it might be right around like $40. And it also depends what kind of heater you need. Depends on your ambient room temperature. Are you freezing cold? Is it in a freezing cold basement? You're going to need a higher rated heater. Well, if you're in somewhere pretty warm, you could probably pick up like a heater for a 10-gallon tank and have it heat the water just fine. Best heater for that reservoir. If you emailed me, I could give you probably a better answer. Also, how do you use Indian almond leaves? It's super easy. You just take a leaf and you can throw it in your water reservoir or just put it in your betta jars and it would work just fine. It's going to take a little bit it's going to take some time for the tannins to leach out. Another thing you can do is you can make a tea. Basically, you can take some leaves, put it in a pot or something, pour some boiling water over it and just let it sit. Let it steep, let it sit. You can get this really nice dark tea that you can then use to dose all of your fish. And that's how you would use Indian almond leaves. It just depends. If you want if you want leaves to be in your tanks, it kind of looks leafy and messy, but I don't mind it. I like doing it that way. But it all depends on what you want to do. Thank you, Black Sheep Model Works. You're the best. I hope that was a good answer. If it wasn't, just email me. Friday Fish Facts. Hit the like button, guys. Hit that like button before the stream ends. Only a few more minutes. I keep saying that, but I keep seeing all these questions I want to answer. Jim Meeker, I have cherry shrimp with my betta right now. Leaving each other alone. That's good. I'd be worried about the fish, like, going after my shrimp. Because I get some pretty nasty little fish sometimes. Let's see. Matthew Moore Cichlets. Hello, I'm about to end the stream, Matthew Moore Cichlets. Simply Erica, can you do an easy planted tank? Please, I want to copy you. If you go back in my video history a little bit, I set up some easy planted tanks. And you can watch it and kind of go look at the process I'm going through. As for the easiest plants, Anubias, Java Fern, moss are probably some of the easiest plants that you can get. Maybe wisteria. I'm partnered with flipaquatics.com. Rob from Flip Aquatics, he's awesome. And he has a bunch of plants for sale on his website. I'd recommend going there to flipaquatics.com. Another super chat, yay! Gosh, thanks so much. Oh! Did I get another super chat? Message retracted? Oh no. Okay, there's a super chat here for 5490R. I don't know what currency R is. It says message retracted. Shoot, well, what does that mean? Does that mean the super chat was retracted? Or just the message? Because I don't see a name on there either. Oh wow. I've never seen that before. Let's see. Okay, I lost myself in the chat again, so I'm scrolling all the way down to the bottom. Maverick Mask, thanks again. Be careful with the mountain lion. I will. If you haven't seen the video about the mountain lion, I think I had a mountain lion stalking me through the windows of my house when I had my back turned. It was really freaky. Super, super freaky. Nicholas, how do you feel about alder cones in betta tanks? You know, I've never tried it. It could probably work. I've never used it. I've used oak leaves before, and I've made like a tea with oak leaves, and then I dosed the tea to all my individual fish. Alice K. Are male bettas picking on other fish, even fish with short tails? Oh, they can pick on any fish. They can get really territorial. That's normal. Alice. No, wait. Ginny, do you sell moss? I do not right now, but hopefully I'll have some mini Christmas moss coming up. I really, really like mini Christmas moss. It's so fluffy. Jim Meeker says, I put plenty of plants in there so she gets aggressive with the shrimp. They can hide. Oh, good. Yeah, lots of cover is a great idea. Alyssa, yeah, there's no name for the user who gave the, whatever the R currency is, like 54. So I'm a little bit confused about that. Thanks for linking flipaquatics.com, Candy. You can get tons of plants there. Everybody who's asking about plants. Anubias, Java Fern, moss are probably like some of the easiest ones. Gregory Howard says, great job on the live stream. Thank you. I appreciate it. Marta, what conditions shall I have to maintain 5 female bettas with other community fishes? Well, do the female bettas get along? Sometimes they won't get along. Sometimes there's like nasty little cichlids and all the females won't get along. But just like with any other fish, plenty of cover in case there's any aggression, plenty of water changes. I hope that was a good enough answer. Matthew Moore Cichlids Mountain Lion was not awesome. Not awesome. I'm paranoid now. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm just having my last kind of little. I've been talking too much. I'm forgetting my words. Crystal Pets, do you have wild-caught betta fish? I do not have any wild-caught bettas. I have some wild species. I have Smaragdina guitar. I have Mahachai, but they're not. Oh, I have Macrostoma. None of them are wild-caught. I got them captive bred. Ebony Rabbit, I have a blue half-moon betta with red fins, clear tips. He glows under blue light. Is this bad? I don't think so. I don't think he's like a mutant fish, if that's what you mean. It's probably cool that he glows under a blue light. I got lots of black bears up at my house in Marisol. Gross! Black bears are like the worst. Maverick Mass, I love mini Christmas moss. Me too. Alice KH, do live streams more often. I think I'm going to try to. I enjoy them. I don't know about making like a consistent, scheduled live stream because that's just not how my life's set up, but I'll try. Candy says, thanks for the stream. Thanks so much, guys. I'm wrapping it up right here. Is anyone a betta breeder in Eastern Canada? Good luck finding that out. I'm not 100% sure. You could always look up the International Betta Congress or the IBC on Facebook and ask there. Oh, Nicholas says, oh, it's rupees. 54 Indian rupees. Well, whoever it was who gave the 54 Indian rupees, that's the R currency, thank you. I appreciate it. Because there wasn't a name on it. Otherwise, I'd thank you. Levia, do dominant traits come from the female or the male? Oh, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the genetic background of the fish and what those traits are. They can come from the female or the male. Do I ship to the UK? Nope. I'm too scared. I wouldn't probably ever export. It's too risky. There are plenty of UK breeders out there who could probably supply you. Alice, I've seen Bettas with different colors. Lots of colors. Do you have any of these? I have some multicolored fish. They might be known as marbles. I might have some coming up. But only when the water gets warm. 50 Shades of Gay says, when do you get into the fish keeping hobby? I've been really interested in it. As for actually getting into it, it's probably only been about 2.5 years. But before that, I just loved them and I was obsessed with them. I just couldn't have fish because I was moving all the time and I was basically nomadic. Guys, I'm going to have to go. Everybody's saying thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around, for watching my live stream. I'm going to have to cut it off because I don't think I can talk for anymore, and my kid definitely woke up. I can hear her through the baby monitor. It's been just over an hour. That's a good live stream, right? If you have questions, you can either wait till the next live stream, or you can always comment on my videos. I'm going to really try to answer a bunch of comments. I'm behind on my comments. Because of my daily video challenge, I'm like behind on life. So I really have to go do stuff. Giant and koi. I've seen giant kois, but I've never bought one. Thanks so much, guys. Everybody's saying thank you. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Lots of stuff to do. What else? Yeah. I think that's it. I have to figure out how to end my live stream now. I've never done this before. Actually, I've done it once, and I couldn't figure out how to end it last time. Sorry, as hobbyist fish keeper, I gotta go. You can always watch this afterwards. Everyone who gave me a super chat, I wasn't expecting that, so thanks so much. I've now gotten 10 super chats in my whole life. Thanks for Candy for being my mod. Thank you, Taylor. Push the red button. I'm in XSplit. Okay, I'm gonna push a button here. Bye.